Hello, welcome to Artificial Fluency Podcast. I am Mia, your host. Today, we have a special long episode about family and relationships. We will talk for 1 hour. Are you ready to learn about families in English? Let's begin this fun journey together. Hi, everyone. How are you today? I hope you are good and ready to learn. Today is very special. We will spend 1 whole hour talking about families and relationships. This is a very important topic. Everyone has a family. Everyone has relationships with other people. What is a family? A family is a group of people who love each other. They live together or they care about each other. Families can be big or small. Families can be different. That is okay. All families are special. Today, we will learn many things about families. We will learn family words. We will talk about family activities. We will learn how to describe family members. We will also learn about friendships and other relationships. This will be very fun. Are you ready? Good. Let's start learning about families together. First, let's learn the basic family words. These are very important words. You use these words every day. I will say each word slowly. You can repeat after me. Ready? Mother. This is your mom. Father. This is your dad. Sister. This is your female sibling. Brother. This is your male sibling. Grandmother. This is your mom's or dad's mother. Grandfather. This is your mom's or dad's father. Aunt. This is your parents' sister. Uncle. This is your parents' brother. Cousin. This is your aunt or uncle's child. Daughter. This is someone's female child. Son. This is someone's male child. Very good. These are the basic family words. Let's practice with simple sentences. My mother is kind. My father works hard. I have 1 sister. My brother is funny. My grandmother makes cookies. My grandfather tells stories. Great job. Now you know the basic family words. Now let's learn some more family words. These words are also important. Parent. This means mother or father. Child. This means son or daughter. Baby. This is a very young child. Teenager. This is a young person, maybe 13 to 19 years old. Adult. This is a grown-up person. Husband. This is a married man. Wife. This is a married woman. Family. This means all the people who are related. Let's practice these words in sentences. My parents love me. The baby is sleeping. My child goes to school. The teenager likes music. I am an adult now. My husband is nice. His wife is a teacher. Our family is happy. Excellent! You are learning so many family words. Now let's talk about describing family members. When we talk about family, we want to describe them. We want to say what they look like. We want to say what they are like as people. First, let's learn words for describing how people look. Tall, very high. Short, not tall. Big, large size. Small, little size. Young, not old. Old, not young. Beautiful, very pretty. Handsome, good-looking, usually for men. Pretty, nice to look at. Now let's learn words for describing personality. Kind, nice and caring. Funny, makes people laugh. Smart, very intelligent. Friendly, likes to meet people. Quiet, doesn't talk a lot. Loud, talks with a big voice. Happy, feels good and smiles. Serious, doesn't joke much. Let's practice with examples. My sister is tall and pretty. My brother is short but funny. My grandmother is old and kind. My father is big and strong. My mother is smart and beautiful. Try to think about your family. How do you describe them? Let's practice more describing sentences. I will give you examples. Listen carefully. My mother has a long hair. She is very kind. She cooks good food. My father is tall. He has brown eyes. He is funny and smart. My sister is young. She has short hair. She is very friendly. My brother is big. He likes sports. He is loud but nice. My grandmother is old. She has gray hair. She tells good stories. Now let's learn some questions about family. These are good questions to ask people. Do you have brothers or sisters? How many people are in your family? What does your mother do? What does your father do? Do you live with your family? Are you married? Do you have children? These are polite questions. You can ask new friends these questions. Now let's talk about family activities. What do families do together? Families spend time together. They do fun activities. Let's learn about these activities. Common family activities. Eat dinner together. Watch TV together. Play games. Go to the park. Take walks. Visit relatives. Go shopping. Go on vacation. Celebrate birthdays. Have parties. Let's practice these in sentences. My family eats dinner together every night. We watch movies on Saturday. My children play games in the yard. Our family goes to the park on Sunday. We take walks after dinner. We visit my grandmother every month. My family goes shopping together. We go on vacation in summer. We celebrate birthdays with cake. We have parties for special days. These activities make families happy. They help families spend time together. Let's learn about special family days and celebrations. Every family has special days. These days are important for families. Special family days. Birthday, the day you were born. Anniversary, the day parents got married. Christmas, a holiday in December. New Year, January 1st. Mother's Day, a special day for mothers. Father's Day, a special day for fathers. Graduation, when you finish school. Wedding, when two people get married. Let's practice talking about these special days. Today is my birthday. I am 25 years old. My parents' anniversary is in June. We have a big dinner on Christmas. We stay up late on New Year's Eve. I give flowers to my mother on Mother's Day. My father gets gifts on Father's Day. Our family went to my graduation. We danced at my sister's wedding. Special days bring families together. They are happy times. Now let's learn about different types of families. Not all families are the same. That is okay. All families are special and important. Types of families. Nuclear family, parents and children. Extended family, includes grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. Single-parent family, one parent with children. Blended family, parents with children from different marriages. Adoptive family, parents who adopt children. Foster family, parents who take care of children temporarily. Examples. I live in a nuclear family with my parents and sister. Our extended family gets together for holidays. My friend lives in a single-parent family with her mother. My stepfather joined our blended family last year. My cousin was adopted when she was a baby. The foster family takes care of 3 children. All these families are good families. Love is what makes a family special. Let's take a short break and do a listening exercise. I will tell you about my family. Listen carefully. Try to understand everything I say. Hello, I want to tell you about my family. I have a small family. There are 4 people in my family. I have my mother, my father, and 1 brother. My mother's name is Sarah. She is 50 years old. She is tall and has brown hair. She is very kind and funny. She works as a teacher at a school. She likes to cook and read books. My father's name is David. He is 52 years old. He is not very tall, but he is strong. He has gray hair and blue eyes. He is quiet but very smart. He works in an office. He likes to watch sports on TV. My brother's name is Tom. He is 25 years old. He is tall like my mother. He has brown hair and brown eyes. He is very funny and friendly. He works at a restaurant. He likes to play music and meet friends. We live in a house together. We eat dinner together every night. On weekends, we watch movies or go to the park. We are a happy family. Did you understand my story? Let me ask some questions. How many people are in my family? What is my mother's job? What color are my father's eyes? What does my brother like to do? Good job listening. Now let's learn about friendships. Friends are also very important relationships. Friends are people who like you. You like them too. Friends spend time together. They help each other. Words about friendship. Friend, a person you like and who likes you. Best friend, your most special friend. Neighbor, someone who lives near you. Classmate, someone in your class. Colleague, someone you work with. Acquaintance, someone you know a little bit. Let's practice these words. Maria is my friend. We go to school together. John is my best friend. We talk every day. My neighbor is very nice. She helps me sometimes. My classmate sits next to me. My colleague works in the same office. I know that person, but she is just an acquaintance. What do friends do together? Let's learn about friendship activities. Talk on the phone. Send text messages. Meet for coffee. Go to movies. Shop together. Exercise together. Study together. Help each other. Share secrets. Have fun. Let's make sentences. I talk to my friend on the phone every day. We send text messages when we are at work. My friends and I meet for coffee on Saturday. We go to movies together sometimes. My friend and I like to shop together. We exercise together at the gym. My classmates and I study together for tests. Good friends help each other when there are problems. Best friends share secrets. Friends have fun together. Friends make life better. It is important to be a good friend. Let's learn how to talk about relationships. Sometimes we want to tell people about our relationships. Here are some useful phrases. I am single means you don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend. I have a boyfriend means you date a man. I have a girlfriend means you date a woman. I am married means you have a husband or wife. I am divorced means you were married but not anymore. I am engaged means you will get married soon. Let's practice. My sister is single. She doesn't have a boyfriend. Tom has a girlfriend. Her name is Lisa. My parents are married. They have been married for 20 years. My aunt is divorced. She lives alone now. My brother is engaged. He will get married next year. It is okay to be in any of these situations. All situations are normal. Now let's learn about emotions in relationships. Relationships have many different feelings. Let's learn words for these feelings. Love, a very strong, good feeling. Like, a good feeling. Happy, feeling good. Sad, feeling bad. Angry, feeling mad. Worried, feeling nervous. Proud, feeling good about someone. Jealous, wanting what someone else has. Excited, feeling very happy about something. Disappointed, feeling sad because something didn't happen. Let's use these in sentences about family and friends. I love my family very much. I like my new neighbor. I am happy when I spend time with friends. I feel sad when my friends move away. Sometimes brothers and sisters get angry with each other. Parents worry about their children. I am proud of my sister. She got a new job. Sometimes people feel jealous of their siblings. I am excited about my friend's wedding. I was disappointed when my friend couldn't come to my party. Emotions are normal in relationships. All people have different feelings. Let's practice having conversations about family. Here are some example conversations. Listen carefully. Conversation 1. Person A. Tell me about your family. Person B. I have a big family. I have 3 sisters and 2 brothers. Person A, wow, that is a big family. Do you live with all of them? Person B, no, I live with my parents and 1 sister. The others are married. Person A, that sounds nice. I only have 1 brother. Person B, small families are nice too. Conversation 2. Person A, do you have children? Person B, yes, I have 2 children, a son and a daughter. Person A, how old are they? Person B, my son is 8 years old and my daughter is 5 years old. Person A, that's a good age. Do they go to school? Person B, yes, they both go to school. They like it very much. These are normal conversations about family. Practice these conversations with friends. Now let's learn about helping family and friends. In good relationships, people help each other. Let's learn about ways to help. Ways to help family. Help with cooking. Help with cleaning. Help with shopping. Take care of children. Visit when someone is sick. Listen when someone has problems. Give hugs when someone is sad. Celebrate good news together. Ways to help friends. Listen to their problems. Give advice. Help them move to a new house. Help them study. Lend them money when they need it. Support them when they are sad. Celebrate with them when they are happy. Be there when they need you. Let's practice with sentences. I help my mother cook dinner. My brother helps me clean my room. We help grandmother with shopping. I take care of my baby sister. When my friend was sick, I visited her. I listen when my friend has problems. My family gives me hugs when I am sad. We celebrate birthdays together. Helping others makes relationships stronger. Let's talk about problems in relationships. Sometimes families and friends have problems. This is normal. All relationships have some problems sometimes. Common relationship problems. Arguments, when people disagree and get angry. Misunderstandings, when people don't understand each other. Jealousy, when someone wants what another person has. Distance, when people live far away from each other. Different opinions, when people think differently about things. Time, when people are too busy to spend time together. But there are ways to solve problems. Talk about the problem. Listen to the other person. Say, I'm sorry when you make a mistake. Forgive when someone says sorry. Spend more time together. Be patient with each other. Ask for help from other family members or friends. Let's practice. My sister and I had an argument, but we talked about it. There was a misunderstanding, but we explained everything. I was jealous of my brother, but now I understand it was wrong. My friend lives far away, but we call each other often. My parents and I have different opinions, but we respect each other. I was too busy, but now I make time for my family. Problems can make relationships stronger when people work together to solve them. Now let's learn about showing love and appreciation. It is important to show family and friends that you care about them. Here are ways to show love. Say nice things. I love you. You are important to me. Thank you for helping me. I appreciate you. You make me happy. I am lucky to have you. Do nice things. Give hugs. Give gifts. Spend time together. Help with work. Cook favorite food. Remember important days. Send nice messages. Take photos together. Let's practice in sentences. I tell my mother I love you every day. I thank my friends for their help. I give my family hugs when I see them. I buy small gifts for people I care about. I spend time with my grandmother every week. I help my father with yard work. I cook my brother's favorite food for his birthday. I remember my friends' birthdays. Showing love makes relationships better and stronger. Let's practice describing your own family. I will ask questions. You can answer in your mind or out loud if you can. Ready? Question 1. How many people are in your family? Think about your answer. You might say, there are blank people in my family. Question 2. Do you have brothers or sisters? You might answer, I have blank brothers and blank sisters. Or, I don't have brothers or sisters. Question 3. What do your parents do for work? You might say, my mother is a, or my father works as a. Question 4. What does your family like to do together? Think about activities. You might say, my family likes to blank. Question 5. Who is your best friend? You might answer, my best friend is blank, or my best friend's name is blank. Question 6. What do you like about your family? Think about good things. You might say, I like that my family is blank. Good job. Thinking about these questions. Practice talking about your family with other people. Now let's listen to 3 different people talk about their families. Listen carefully and try to understand everything. Story 1. Anna. Hi, my name is Anna. I am 22 years old. I live with my parents and my grandmother. My mother works at a hospital. She is a nurse. My father drives a taxi. My grandmother is retired. She doesn't work now. She stays home and cooks for us. I don't have brothers or sisters, so I am an only child. But I have many cousins. We meet on holidays. My family is small but very close. We eat dinner together every night. On weekends, we visit my aunt and uncle. I love my family very much. Story 2. Carlos. Hello, I am Carlos. I am 35 years old. I am married. My wife's name is Maria. We have 2 children. Our son is 10 years old, and our daughter is 7 years old. My wife works at a school. She is a teacher. I work at a bank. Our children go to elementary school. They love school very much. On weekends, our family goes to the park or the beach. Sometimes we visit my parents. They live in another city. My children love their grandparents. We are a happy family. Story 3. Emma. Hi there. I am Emma. I am 45 years old. I have a big family. I have 4 children, 2 sons and 2 daughters. They are all teenagers now. It is very busy at home. My husband works at a construction company. I work part-time at a store. My children go to high school. They play sports and have many activities. In the evening, we are all very tired, but we try to eat dinner together when we can. My children have many friends. Our house is always full of young people. I like having a big, busy family. Did you understand the 3 stories? Each family is different, but all families are special. Let's learn some useful expressions about family and relationships. These expressions are common in English. Blood is thicker than water means family is more important than friends. Like father, like son means a son is similar to his father. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree means children are similar to their parents. Family comes first means family is the most important thing. A friend in need is a friend indeed means good friends help when you have problems. Birds of a feather flock together means similar people become friends. Home is where the heart is means home is where people you love are. Let's use these in simple sentences. I help my sister because blood is thicker than water. Tom loves music like his father, like son. She is smart like her mother. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I can't go to the party because family comes first. I need to help at home. John helped me when I was sick. A friend in need is a friend indeed. My friends and I all like sports. Birds of a feather flock together. I feel happy when I am with my family. Home is where the heart is. These expressions help you sound more natural in English. Now let's talk about different cultures and families. Families are different around the world. In some cultures, families are very big. Grandparents, parents, children, aunts, uncles, and cousins all live together. In other cultures, families are smaller, just parents and children live together. In some cultures, children live with parents until they get married. In other cultures, children move out when they become adults. Both ways are normal. In some cultures, the oldest son takes care of parents when they get old. In other cultures, all children help take care of parents. In some cultures, parents choose who their children marry. In other cultures, people choose for themselves. All these differences are okay. There is no right or wrong way to have a family. Different cultures have different traditions. We can learn from each other. What is important is love, respect, and caring for each other. These things are the same in all cultures. Let's practice some role-play conversations. I will give you 2 people talking. You can practice these conversations with friends. Role-play 1, meeting someone new. Person A, hi, nice to meet you. Do you have family here? Person B, nice to meet you too. Yes, I live with my parents and sister. What about you? Person A, I live alone. My family is in another country. Person B, oh, do you miss them? Yes, I miss them very much, but I call them every week. That's good. Family is important. Role-play 3, talking about weekend plans. Person A, what are you doing this weekend? I am visiting my grandmother. What about you? Person B, that sounds fun. Do you see your friends often? Yes, we meet every weekend. We are very close. It's nice to have good friends. Practice these conversations. They will help you talk about family and friends naturally. As we get near the end of our long episode, let's review what we learned today. We learned so many things about family and relationships. We learned basic family words like mother, father, sister, brother, how to describe family members, family activities and celebrations, different types of families, about friendships and relationships, emotions in relationships, how to help family and friends, how to solve relationship problems, how to show love and appreciation, common expressions about family, different family cultures. We also practiced listening to family stories, having conversations about family, describing our own families, role-playing with family topics. This was a lot of learning. You did a great job staying with me for 1 whole hour. Now, I have a special challenge for you this week. I want you to practice talking about your family in English. Here are some activities you can do. Write 5 sentences about your family members. Tell a friend about your family in English. Ask someone about their family using the questions we learned. Practice the role-play conversations with a friend. Learn 1 new family word every day this week. Also, think about these questions. What makes your family special? How do you show love to your family? What is your favorite family activity? Who is the most important person in your life? Share your family stories with us. Use the hashtag #ArtificialFluencyFamily. I love reading your stories. Thank you so much for spending 1 hour with me today. We learned so much about families and relationships. Remember, every family is different and special. Every relationship is important. Family and friends make life happy and meaningful. Take care of the people you love. Show them you care. Help them when they need help. And don't forget to tell them, I love you often. Next week, we will have a regular 30-minute episode about hobbies and free time activities. That will be fun too. Until then, practice talking about your family in English. Spend time with people you love. And remember, learning English is easier when you practice with topics you care about, like family and friends. This is Mia from Artificial Fluency Podcast. Thank you for listening to our special long episode. Take care of your family and friends, and see you next time. Goodbye. Hello. Welcome to the Artificial Fluency Podcast. I'm Mia, and I'm so happy you're here today for this special 1-hour episode all about hobbies and free time activities. Today, we're going to learn lots of new words about what people do when they're not working or studying. Hobbies are activities we do for fun. Everyone needs hobbies because they help us relax, learn new things, and enjoy life. Free time is the time when you can choose what to do. You're not at work, you're not at school, and you don't have other responsibilities. This is your time to do things you love. In this long episode, we will learn hobby vocabulary, talk about indoor and outdoor activities, learn how to describe what you like to do, and practice conversations about hobbies. We'll also learn about different types of hobbies, like sports, creative activities, and collecting things. Are you ready to learn about hobbies and free time? Great! Let's start this fun journey together. First, let's learn what a hobby is. A hobby is an activity you do regularly in your free time because you enjoy it. People have hobbies to relax, have fun, learn new skills, or meet other people. Some people have just one hobby. Other people have many hobbies. Both are perfectly fine. What's important is that you enjoy what you do. Let me tell you about some of my hobbies. I love reading books, especially mystery stories. I also enjoy cooking new recipes on weekends. And I like taking photos when I travel to new places. These activities make me happy and help me relax after work. Now, let's learn some basic hobby vocabulary. I'll say each word slowly, and you can repeat after me. Ready? Reading. Looking at books, magazines, or newspapers. Cooking. Making food. Gardening. Growing plants and flowers. Painting. Making pictures with paint and brushes. Drawing. Making pictures with pencils, pens, or crayons. Swimming. Moving through water for exercise or fun. Walking. Moving on foot, usually for exercise or pleasure. Dancing. Moving your body to music. Singing. Making music with your voice. Playing games. Doing fun activities with rules. Great job! These are some very common hobbies that many people enjoy. Now, let's learn about different types of hobbies. There are many ways to group hobbies. Today, we'll learn about indoor hobbies and outdoor hobbies. Indoor hobbies are activities you do inside your house or building. These are perfect when the weather is bad or when you want to stay home and relax. Popular indoor hobbies include reading books, magazines, or newspapers, watching movies or TV shows, playing video games or computer games, cooking or baking, drawing or painting, knitting or sewing, playing musical instruments, doing puzzles, writing in a journal or diary, learning a new language, like English. Let's practice talking about indoor hobbies. I love reading mystery books in my free time. My favorite indoor hobby is cooking Italian food. When it rains, I like to paint pictures of flowers. Every evening, I play piano for 30 minutes. These are all great examples of indoor hobbies. Now let's learn about creative hobbies. These are activities where you make something new or express yourself artistically. Creative hobbies are very satisfying because you create something with your own hands. Art and craft hobbies include painting with watercolors, oils, or acrylic paints, drawing with pencils, charcoal, or pens, sculpting with clay or other materials, making jewelry with beads, wire, or precious metals, knitting sweaters, scarves, or blankets, sewing clothes or quilts, woodworking, making furniture or decorations from wood, pottery, making bowls, cups, and vases from clay. Music hobbies include playing instruments like piano, guitar, violin, or drums, singing in a choir or just for fun, writing songs or composing music, learning to read music. Writing hobbies include writing stories, poems, or novels, keeping a diary or journal, writing blogs about your interests, writing letters to friends and family. Let's practice talking about creative hobbies. I'm learning to play guitar. I practice every day. My grandmother taught me how to knit when I was 10. I write short stories about my dreams. Painting landscapes is very relaxing for me. Creative hobbies help you express yourself and make beautiful things. Let's talk about collecting as a hobby. Many people enjoy collecting different objects. Collecting means gathering and keeping similar items because you find them interesting or beautiful. Popular things to collect include stamps from different countries, coins, especially old or foreign ones, books, especially first editions or favorite authors, postcards from different places, seashells from beaches you visit, rocks and minerals, action figures or dolls, trading cards from sports or games, vintage items like old bottles or toys, plants, especially rare or unusual varieties. Some people collect expensive items, but you can also collect simple, inexpensive things. What matters is that you enjoy finding and learning about your collection. Benefits of collecting. It's educational. You learn about history, geography, or science. It's social. You can meet other collectors. It's exciting. Finding a new item for your collection feels great. It's organized. Arranging and caring for your collection is satisfying. Let's practice talking about collecting. I collect stamps from countries I want to visit. My coin collection has money from 20 different countries. She collects vintage teacups from antique stores. His rock collection includes stones from every state he's visited. Collecting is a hobby that can last your whole life. Now let's learn how to talk about frequency, how often you do your hobbies. This is very important because it helps people understand how much you enjoy different activities. Frequency words. Always, 100% of the time. Usually, about 80% of the time. Often, about 70% of the time. Sometimes, about 50% of the time. Rarely, about 20% of the time. Never, 0% of the time. Time expressions. Every day, every weekend, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a month, once a month, during summer vacation, on holidays. Let's practice using frequency words and time expressions. I always read before bed. I usually go swimming on weekends. I often paint when I'm feeling creative. I sometimes play chess with my grandfather. I rarely have time for gardening during work weeks. I never get tired of listening to music. I go hiking once a week. I practice piano every day for 30 minutes. I visit art museums twice a month. I only go camping during summer vacation. These expressions help you describe your hobby habits clearly. Let's learn how to express preferences about hobbies. Everyone likes different activities, and that's what makes life interesting. Ways to express what you like. I love. I really enjoy. I like. I'm interested in. I'm passionate about. My favorite hobby is. Ways to express what you don't like. I don't like. I'm not interested in. I don't enjoy. I'm not good at. I find it boring. It's not for me. Ways to express neutral feelings. It's okay. I don't mind. It's not bad. I could try it. Let's practice expressing preferences. I love gardening because I enjoy working with plants. I really enjoy reading mystery novels before bed. I'm passionate about photography and take pictures everywhere I go. I don't like fishing because I don't have patience to wait. Running is not for me because I prefer indoor activities. Playing chess is okay, but I prefer more active games. Expressing preferences helps people understand your personality and interests. Now, let's learn how to ask questions about hobbies. These questions are perfect for getting to know new people and starting conversations. Basic hobby questions. What do you like to do in your...
Welcome to the Artificial Fluency Podcast, where ambitious learners transform their language skills from functional to phenomenal. I'm Taylor, and today's episode is specifically designed for those of you who find yourselves somewhere between intermediate and advanced. Perhaps you're a strong B1 moving toward B2, or a solid B2 aiming for C1 proficiency. This unique position presents both incredible opportunities and specific challenges. You can communicate effectively in most situations, but you sense there are layers of sophistication, nuance, and cultural understanding that remain just beyond your reach. You want to express complex ideas with precision, engage in intellectual discussions with confidence, and command respect through your linguistic competence. Today, we're going to unlock that potential. We'll explore the sophisticated vocabulary that elevates your expression, examine grammatical structures that demonstrate advanced thinking, and develop the critical analysis skills that characterize truly proficient speakers. We'll also address the psychological barriers that often hold learners back at this crucial transition point. By the end of this hour, you'll have a clear roadmap for advancing your English from good enough to genuinely impressive. You'll understand not just what advanced English looks like, but how to develop it systematically and confidently. Are you ready to unlock your English potential? Let's begin this transformational journey together. Let's begin by understanding exactly where you are in your English journey and why this B1 to C1 range represents such a critical transition period. Many learners find themselves stuck in what I call the comfortable competence zone. You can handle daily life in English, but you struggle to express sophisticated ideas or engage in complex discussions. This stage is characterized by a fascinating paradox. Your receptive skills, listening and reading, may be quite advanced. You can understand complex podcasts, follow university lectures, and read challenging articles. However, your productive skills, speaking and writing, lag behind because producing sophisticated language requires a deeper level of mastery than simply understanding it. The gap between B1 and C1 isn't just about knowing more words or grammar rules. It's about developing what linguists call discourse competence, the ability to organize and express complex ideas coherently, to understand and use implicit meaning, and to adapt your language sophistically to context and audience. At the B1 level, you're primarily concerned with accuracy and clarity. Can you express your meaning without significant errors? Do people understand what you're trying to say? These are important foundations, but C1 proficiency demands more. You need to develop fluency that allows for spontaneous, complex expression. You need precision that enables nuanced meaning. You need flexibility that permits adaptation to various registers and styles. One major challenge at this stage is overcoming what I call the intermediate safety behavior. You've developed strategies that work well enough: simple sentence structures, basic vocabulary, safe topics of conversation. Breaking out of these patterns requires conscious effort and systematic practice. Another challenge is developing metalinguistic awareness, thinking about language itself. Advanced speakers don't just use English, they understand how English works, why certain expressions are more effective than others, and how to manipulate language for specific communicative goals. The transition from B1 to C1 also involves developing greater cultural and pragmatic competence. It's not enough to be grammatically correct. You need to be socially appropriate, culturally aware, and rhetorically effective. Here's what's exciting about your current position. You have the foundation necessary for rapid advancement. Unlike beginning learners who must focus on basic structures and vocabulary, you can now concentrate on sophistication, nuance, and style. Every conversation becomes an opportunity to experiment with more complex language. Every text you read provides models for advanced expression. The key is shifting from a defensive mindset, avoiding mistakes, to an experimental mindset, testing the boundaries of your linguistic capabilities. Advanced proficiency comes from taking calculated risks with language, pushing beyond your comfort zone, and gradually expanding your range of expression. Your journey from B1 to C1 is ultimately about developing linguistic confidence and intellectual sophistication. You're not just learning to communicate more effectively, you're learning to think more precisely and express yourself more powerfully. Now let's dive into vocabulary development that will dramatically elevate your English sophistication. At your level, it's not about learning more words, it's about learning better words and understanding the subtle distinctions that characterize advanced usage. First, let's discuss register awareness. The same concept can be expressed at different levels of formality and sophistication. Consider these alternatives for expressing disagreement. I don't think so, casual. I respectfully disagree, polite. I'm inclined to challenge that assumption, formal. Or, that assertion warrants scrutiny, academic. Each serves different contexts and creates different impressions. Advanced vocabulary often involves understanding connotation and nuance. Take words meaning to criticize. Condemn suggests moral judgment. Critique implies analytical evaluation. Denounce indicates public disapproval. And censure suggests official rebuke. These aren't interchangeable. They carry different emotional weights and contextual implications. Let's explore sophisticated alternatives to common words. Instead of show, consider demonstrate, illustrate, reveal, manifest, or exemplify. Instead of important, try significant, crucial, pivotal, paramount, or consequential. Each alternative adds precision and sophistication to your expression. Academic vocabulary deserves special attention because it appears across disciplines and contexts. Words like subsequent, empirical, paradigm, comprehensive, implications, and constitute are essential for sophisticated discussion in any field. These words signal intellectual engagement and analytical thinking. Collocations become increasingly important at advanced levels. You need to know not just individual words, but how they combine naturally. We say mitigating circumstances, not reducing circumstances. We raise awareness, not lift awareness. These patterns can't be predicted from the individual words, they must be learned as units. Phrasal verbs present another layer of sophistication. While basic learners might say examine, advanced speakers naturally use look into. Instead of establish, they might say set up. Instead of postpone, they could say put off. These choices create more natural, native-like expression. Metaphorical language adds richness and sophistication to your English. Business discussions are filled with metaphors. Launch a project, navigate challenges, drive results, bridge differences. Learning these metaphorical patterns helps you participate more naturally in professional and academic contexts. Let's practice with synonyms that carry different levels of intensity or precision. Worried might become concerned, apprehensive, anxious, or distressed, depending on the degree of worry. Happy could be pleased, delighted, thrilled, or euphoric. This gradation allows for much more precise expression of meaning. Here's a crucial strategy. Start noticing how sophisticated speakers and writers express common ideas. When you encounter impressive vocabulary in context, don't just understand it, analyze it. Why did the author choose illuminate rather than explain? What effect does pervasive create that widespread wouldn't? Build vocabulary networks rather than isolated words. When you learn scrutinize, also learn scrutiny, scrutinizing, and under scrutiny. When you encounter phenomenon, make sure you know phenomena, phenomenal, and phenomenology. This systematic approach accelerates acquisition and retention. Here's your vocabulary challenge. This week, identify 3 basic words you use frequently and research sophisticated alternatives. Practice using these alternatives in appropriate contexts. Pay attention to how they change the tone and impression of your communication. Advanced vocabulary isn't about showing off. It's about precision, appropriateness, and effectiveness. Use sophisticated words when they serve your communicative goals, not simply because you know them. The goal is enhancement, not replacement of clear communication. Let's explore grammatical structures that will give your English the sophistication and complexity that characterizes advanced proficiency. At the B1 to C1 level, you already understand basic grammar well. Now we need to develop the subtle, sophisticated structures that allow for nuanced, precise expression. Advanced conditionals go far beyond the basic if-then patterns. Consider these sophisticated alternatives. Were the company to expand internationally, significant investment would be required. Formal inversion. Should you require assistance, please don't hesitate to contact me. Polite conditional. Had I realized the implications, I would have approached the situation differently. Past perfect conditional with inversion. These structures aren't just grammatically advanced, they're pragmatically sophisticated. They allow you to express hypothetical situations with varying degrees of probability, formality, and politeness. Let's examine subjunctive mood, which appears frequently in formal and academic contexts. It's essential that every participant be present, not is. I recommend that she take the advanced course, not takes. It's imperative that we all understand the regulations, not understand. This structure signals formal register and sophisticated language awareness. Nominal clauses add complexity and sophistication to your expression. Instead of "the fact that he succeeded surprised everyone," try "that he succeeded surprised everyone," or "his succeeding surprised everyone." These structures allow for more elegant, concise expression of complex ideas. Participle constructions create sophisticated and economic expression. Having completed the analysis, we can now proceed with recommendations. Replaces the more basic, "after we completed the analysis, we can now proceed with recommendations." Being unfamiliar with the protocol, "I consulted the manual," is more sophisticated than "because I was unfamiliar with the protocol, I consulted the manual." Cleft sentences help you emphasize important information while demonstrating grammatical sophistication. What concerns me most is the timeline, emphasizes your primary worry. It was the methodology that proved most problematic, highlights the specific issue. These structures show advanced control over information organization. Inversion for emphasis appears frequently in sophisticated discourse. Not only did the project succeed, but it also exceeded expectations. Rarely have I encountered such dedication. Under no circumstances should this information be disclosed. These patterns create emphasis while demonstrating advanced grammatical control. Complex relative clauses allow for precise economic expression. The researcher whose methodology we adopted has published extensively, defining. The proposal, which took months to develop, was approved immediately, non-defining. The extent to which this applies remains unclear, abstract relative. Modal verbs become increasingly sophisticated at advanced levels. Instead of basic can and will, consider ought to, moral obligation, be bound to, logical necessity, be liable to, probability with consequences, would appear to, tentative conclusion, might well, reasonable possibility. Advanced speakers manipulate syntax for rhetorical effect. Compare the results were disappointing with disappointing though the results were, they provided valuable insights. The second version acknowledges the disappointment while pivoting to positive aspects, a sophisticated rhetorical move. Ellipsis and substitution demonstrate advanced grammatical control. Some students prefer lectures, others seminars, ellipsis of prefer. The first proposal was excellent, the second, less so, substitution of so for excellent. These structures create elegant and economic expression. Let's practice with sophisticated ways to express cause and effect. Basic, because of the rain, the event was canceled. Advanced, owing to inclement weather, the organizers were compelled to cancel the event. The advanced version uses more sophisticated vocabulary and passive construction. Your grammar challenge this week is to choose one advanced structure we've discussed and practice incorporating it into your speaking and writing. Notice how it changes the sophistication and impact of your expression. Remember, these structures should enhance clarity and precision, not obscure meaning. At the B1 to C1 level, developing critical thinking skills in English becomes paramount. This isn't just about language proficiency. It's about using English as a tool for sophisticated intellectual engagement. Advanced speakers don't just communicate. They analyze, evaluate, synthesize, and create complex ideas through language. Critical thinking in English begins with questioning assumptions and examining evidence. Instead of accepting information passively, advanced speakers ask, what evidence supports this claim? What alternative explanations exist? What are the implications of this argument? These questions require sophisticated vocabulary and grammatical structures to express effectively. Let's explore the language of analysis. When examining arguments, we might say, the author's premise rests on the assumption that this assertion lacks empirical support. The evidence suggests a correlation, though causation remains unestablished. Notice how these expressions require advanced vocabulary and complex sentence structures. Synthesis requires even more sophisticated language skills. You need to identify connections between ideas, draw inferences from multiple sources, and construct original arguments. Consider, while Smith's research illuminates the economic factors, it fails to account for the social dynamics that Johnson's study reveals. This sentence synthesizes information from multiple sources while identifying limitations. Advanced speakers use hedging language to express appropriate levels of certainty. Instead of absolute statements, they use, the data suggests, it appears likely that, there is considerable evidence to support, one might reasonably conclude. This demonstrates intellectual humility and analytical sophistication. Evaluation requires sophisticated judgment language. The methodology appears sound, though the sample size raises questions about generalizability. While the argument is logically consistent, its practical implications warrant further consideration. These evaluations require complex grammatical structures and precise vocabulary. Let's examine the language of academic discourse, which often serves as a model for sophisticated critical thinking. Academic writers use phrases like, "It is worth noting that." This raises the question of, "A closer examination reveals." The implications of this extend beyond. These expressions signal analytical depth and intellectual engagement. Critical thinking also involves understanding logical fallacies and biased reasoning. Advanced speakers can identify and articulate problems in argumentation. This argument commits the fallacy of false dichotomy by presenting only two options. The author's conclusion doesn't follow from the premises presented. This appears to be a case of correlation being mistaken for causation. Sophisticated speakers also understand the difference between objective analysis and subjective opinion. They use language to signal their stance. From an objective standpoint, in my subjective assessment, the evidence objectively indicates, my personal interpretation suggests. This metacognitive awareness characterizes advanced language use. Abstract thinking requires particularly sophisticated language skills. Discussing concepts like justice, democracy, or sustainability demands precise vocabulary and complex structures. The tension between individual liberty and collective security underlies many contemporary policy debates. This sentence demonstrates abstract thinking through sophisticated language. Critical thinking also involves understanding multiple perspectives and cultural viewpoints. Advanced speakers can articulate different positions fairly. Proponents argue that. Critics contend that. From a Western perspective, alternative cultural frameworks suggest. This demonstrates intellectual flexibility and cultural awareness. Let's practice analytical language with a current issue. Instead of saying, social media is bad, an advanced analysis might be, while social media platforms facilitate unprecedented global connectivity, they simultaneously present challenges to privacy, mental health, and democratic discourse that require careful regulatory consideration. Your critical thinking challenge: choose a topic you care about and practice expressing your analysis using advanced language structures. Focus on evidence, alternative perspectives, implications, and nuanced conclusions. Don't just state opinions, build sophisticated arguments using the analytical language we've explored. Remember, critical thinking in English isn't about being negative or overly complicated. It's about using language as a tool for deeper understanding, more nuanced expression, and more effective communication of complex ideas. Understanding and controlling register, the level of formality and style appropriate to different contexts, is crucial for B1 to C1 advancement. Register mastery demonstrates sophisticated language awareness and social competence that characterizes truly advanced speakers. Academic register demands particular attention because it appears across professional and intellectual contexts. Academic writing favors nominalizations, turning verbs into nouns for more formal expression. Instead of, We analyzed the data and found significant patterns. Academic style prefers analysis of the data revealed significant patterns. This creates a more objective, formal tone. Academic register also employs extensive use of passive voice to emphasize processes over agents. The experiment was conducted under controlled conditions, rather than we conducted the experiment under controlled conditions. While sometimes criticized, passive voice serves important functions in formal contexts. Professional communication requires mastery of diplomatic language. Instead of, "you're wrong," professionals say, "I'd like to offer a different perspective." Instead of, "this is a bad idea," they might say, "this approach presents certain challenges that merit consideration." These reformulations maintain relationships while expressing disagreement. Let's examine how the same message can be expressed across different registers. Casual, the meeting's at 3. Professional, the meeting is scheduled for 3 p.m. Formal, the assembly is convened for 1500 hours. Academic, the symposium commences at 1500 hours. Each version serves different contexts and audiences. Email communication provides excellent practice for register control. A casual email might begin, "Hi, John. Hope you're doing well." A professional version, "Dear John, I trust this message finds you well." An academic version, "Dear Professor Smith, I hope this correspondence reaches you in good health." Each establishes appropriate tone and relationship. Hedging language becomes particularly important in professional and academic contexts. Direct statements can seem presumptuous or overly confident. Instead of, "this will solve the problem," try, "this approach may help address the issue." Instead of, "the results prove," consider, "the findings suggest." This demonstrates intellectual humility and appropriate caution. Technical jargon requires careful management across registers. In professional contexts, technical terms demonstrate expertise and precision. However, when communicating with broader audiences, these same terms can exclude and confuse. Advanced speakers can code switch appropriately. The algorithm optimizes resource allocation, technical, versus the system finds the best way to distribute resources, general. Discourse markers change across registers. Casual conversation uses, "so, well, you know." Academic discourse employs, "furthermore, consequently, nonetheless, moreover." Professional communication might use, "additionally, however, therefore, in conclusion." These markers signal register awareness and sophistication. Cultural sensitivity intersects with register awareness. British English tends toward greater indirectness and formality than American English. I wonder if you might possibly consider British versus you should probably think about American. Understanding these variations demonstrates sophisticated cultural and linguistic awareness. Legal and administrative language represents an extreme form of formal register. While unnecessarily complex in many contexts, understanding its patterns helps with official documents and formal procedures. Pursuant to the aforementioned regulations might be translated as according to the rules mentioned earlier for general audiences. Let's practice register shifting with performance evaluations. Casual, "Sarah's doing great this year." Professional, "Sarah has demonstrated exceptional performance this fiscal year." Academic, "Ms. Johnson's contributions have consistently exceeded established benchmarks for professional excellence." Presentation language requires particular register awareness. Introductions might range from, "Hi everyone, I'm here to talk about," casual, to, "Good morning, I'm pleased to present," professional, to, "Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to address," formal. Each sets different expectations and tone. Your register challenge this week is identify one professional or academic context where you want to improve your communication. Practice expressing the same ideas at different levels of formality. Record yourself or write examples at casual, professional, and formal levels. Notice how vocabulary, grammar, and tone shift across registers. Remember, register mastery isn't about always using the most formal language. It's about choosing the appropriate level for your context, audience, and goals. Sophisticated speakers match their language to their situation with precision and awareness. Advanced English proficiency involves understanding and using implicit meaning, what's suggested rather than stated directly. This subtle layer of communication separates competent speakers from truly sophisticated ones. Let's explore how advanced speakers navigate this complex terrain. Implicature, meaning beyond literal words, pervades natural English communication. When someone says, "It's getting late," they might implicitly suggest it's time to leave. That's an interesting perspective. Might diplomatically indicate disagreement. Understanding these implied meanings requires cultural knowledge and linguistic sophistication. Understatement and euphemism serve important social functions. "I'm not entirely convinced" often means "I strongly disagree." "We're facing some challenges" might indicate serious problems. "There may be opportunities for improvement" could suggest significant deficiencies. Advanced speakers both recognize and employ these diplomatic formulations. Irony and sarcasm add complexity to communication. "Great weather for a picnic" during a thunderstorm uses irony for humorous effect. "Thanks for the helpful advice" might sarcastically criticize unhelpful suggestions. These forms require cultural understanding and contextual awareness to interpret correctly. Indirect speech acts accomplish multiple functions simultaneously. "Could you pass the salt?" is technically a question about ability, but functions as a polite request. "I don't suppose you could help me with this" combines request with politeness and suggests the request might be inconvenient. These complex formulations demonstrate social sophistication. Presupposition involves assumptions built into statements. "When you finish the report, could you send it to me?" presupposes that you will finish the report. "Since you're the expert on this topic," presupposes expertise. Advanced speakers both recognize and strategically employ presuppositions. Pragmatic competence involves understanding how context affects meaning. Fine can express genuine approval or sarcastic dismissal, depending on tone and situation. Whatever might indicate flexibility or passive-aggressive disagreement. Context, intonation, and cultural knowledge determine interpretation. Let's examine how advanced speakers manage face-threatening acts, communications that might damage relationships. Direct criticism might become, "There might be room for refinement in this approach." Rejection might be softened to, "While I appreciate the offer, my current commitments preclude participation." These reformulations maintain relationships while achieving communicative goals. Diplomatic language serves crucial professional functions. "I have some concerns about this proposal" is less threatening than "this proposal is problematic." "We might want to reconsider our timeline" suggests problems without assigning blame. "Perhaps we could explore alternative approaches" opens discussion without rejecting current plans. Advanced speakers understand how to read between the lines in professional communication. "We need to discuss your performance" signals potential problems. This isn't quite what we had in mind. Indicates rejection. Let's table this for now. Often means indefinite postponement. These interpretations require sophisticated pragmatic knowledge. Cultural variations in implicit communication create additional complexity. High-context cultures, like Japan and Arab countries, rely heavily on implicit meaning, while low-context cultures, like Germany and Scandinavia, favor direct communication. Advanced speakers adapt their style to cultural expectations and norms. Humor often depends on implicit meaning and shared cultural knowledge. I love having root canal surgery. Uses irony because everyone knows dental procedures are unpleasant. Politicians and honesty go together like oil and water. Uses metaphor to suggest incompatibility. These require cultural knowledge to appreciate fully. Let's practice recognizing implicit meaning in common expressions. We should do lunch sometime often means nice talking to you rather than a genuine invocation. I'll think about it frequently indicates polite rejection. That's certainly one way to look at it, suggests disagreement. Understanding these patterns improves communication effectiveness. Advanced speakers also employ strategic ambiguity when precision might be problematic. The project timeline is challenging. Avoid specifying whether delays are likely. There are various perspectives on this issue, acknowledges disagreement without taking sides. This diplomatic vagueness serves important social and professional functions. Your implicit meaning challenge. This week, pay attention to the gap between literal meaning and intended meaning in your English interactions. Notice when people say one thing but mean another. Practice expressing indirect messages diplomatically while ensuring your intended meaning is understood. Advanced English proficiency extends beyond linguistic competence to encompass cultural fluency and global awareness. As English serves as the world's lingua franca, sophisticated speakers understand its role in international communication and cultural exchange. Cultural competence involves understanding how different English-speaking communities use language distinctively. British understatement, not bad, meaning excellent, contrasts with American directness. Australian informality differs from Canadian politeness conventions. Indian English incorporates unique expressions and cultural references. Advanced speakers appreciate and adapt to these variations. Global English encompasses the variety of Englishes spoken worldwide. Nigerian English, Singaporean English, and South African English each contribute unique vocabulary, expressions, and cultural perspectives to the global English conversation. Sophisticated speakers recognize these varieties as legitimate and valuable, rather than deviations from a mythical standard. International business communication requires sensitivity to cultural communication styles. Germans value directness and precision. Japanese prefer indirectness and consensus building. Americans appreciate efficiency and informality. Middle Eastern cultures emphasize relationship building before business. Advanced speakers adapt their communication style to international contexts. Academic English serves as a global medium for intellectual exchange. Scientific papers, international conferences, and collaborative research all depend on shared conventions of academic English. However, even academic English incorporates cultural perspectives and assumptions that sophisticated speakers recognize and navigate carefully. Cross-cultural pragmatics examines how the same language functions differently across cultures. Compliments, refusals, apologies, and requests all follow culture-specific patterns, even within English-speaking communities. "You look nice today" might be routine politeness in America, but seem inappropriate in Britain. Understanding these variations prevents misunderstandings. Let's explore how cultural values shape English expression. Individualistic cultures emphasize personal achievement. "I accomplished this project." Collectivistic cultures might prefer "we completed this project successfully," or "the project was completed through team effort." These differences reflect deeper cultural orientations. Gender, age, and social status affect English usage differently across cultures. Some cultures maintain formal address systems, while others quickly move to first names. Some emphasize hierarchical language, while others prefer egalitarian expression. Sophisticated speakers navigate these variations sensitively. Religious and historical contexts influence English usage globally. References to Christian holidays might be understood in some contexts, but not others. Historical allusions carry different meanings across cultures. Advanced speakers choose references and examples that resonate appropriately with their audiences. Technology and globalization create new forms of English usage. Internet culture, social media platforms, and global business practices generate new vocabulary and communication patterns that spread rapidly across cultures. Going viral, ghosting, and networking carry similar meanings globally while adapting to local contexts. Environmental and political concerns generate globally relevant English vocabulary. Climate change, sustainability, human rights, and global governance require sophisticated vocabulary and cultural understanding. Advanced speakers can discuss these topics across cultural boundaries while respecting different perspectives and priorities. Educational contexts vary significantly across cultures using English. British tutorial systems, American lecture formats, Asian examination cultures, and African oral traditions all influence how English is learned and used academically. Understanding these variations helps in international educational and professional exchanges. Let's examine how global events shape English usage. The COVID-19 pandemic introduced terminology like social distancing, lockdown, and flatten the curve that became globally understood. Climate change activism popularized terms like carbon footprint and sustainability. These developments demonstrate English's role in global communication. Your Cultural Awareness Challenge. This week, explore English content from a different cultural context. Watch British comedy, read Australian news, listen to Canadian podcasts, or explore Indian literature in English. Notice how language use reflects cultural values, perspectives, and communication styles. Consider how this awareness might improve your own English communication across cultural boundaries. Remember, advanced English proficiency involves not just linguistic sophistication, but cultural sensitivity and global awareness. You're not just learning a language, you're joining a global conversation that spans cultures, continents, and perspectives. As we near the end of our journey together today, let's focus on developing the self-assessment skills and goal-setting strategies that will sustain your continued growth from B1 towards C1 proficiency and beyond. Advanced language learning requires metacognitive awareness, understanding your own learning processes and strategically directing your development. Effective self-assessment begins with honest evaluation of your current strengths and areas for improvement. Consider these key competency areas: vocabulary sophistication, grammatical complexity, pronunciation clarity, cultural awareness, register control, and critical thinking ability. Rate yourself honestly in each area, noting specific examples of both achievements and challenges. Advanced learners benefit from portfolio-based assessment rather than relying solely on external tests. Maintain samples of your writing, recordings of your speaking, and reflections on your listening and reading experiences. Review these materials monthly to track improvement and identify patterns in your development. Goal setting at this level requires specificity and measurability. Instead of improve my English, set goals like incorporate 5 new academic collocations into my writing each week, or successfully participate in one professional discussion using advanced discourse markers. Specific goals enable focused practice and clear progress measurement. Long-term goals might include professional objectives like deliver a conference presentation with confidence, or academic goals like read scholarly articles in my field without dictionary assistance. These authentic, meaningful goals motivate sustained effort and provide clear benchmarks for success. Identify your learning style preferences and optimize your study strategies accordingly. Visual learners might benefit from mind mapping vocabulary networks. Auditory learners could focus on podcast analysis and speaking practice. Kinesthetic learners might prefer role-playing and interactive exercises. Understanding your preferences enhances learning efficiency. Develop strategies for autonomous learning that extend beyond formal instruction. Create personal learning projects like researching topics of interest in English, joining online discussion forums, or maintaining a reflective learning journal. Autonomous learning skills become increasingly important at advanced levels. Monitor your motivation and adjust your approaches when engagement wanes. Advanced language learning can feel less immediately rewarding than beginner stages because progress becomes more subtle. Celebrate small victories, vary your learning activities, and maintain connection to your ultimate goals. Seek feedback from multiple sources to gain comprehensive perspectives on your progress. Language exchange partners, professional colleagues, online communities, and formal instructors all offer different insights into your developing competence. Synthesize this feedback to identify consistent themes and areas for focus. Technology can support sophisticated self-assessment through language learning apps that track progress, speech recognition software that analyzes pronunciation, and online writing tools that provide grammar and style feedback. However, remember that technology complements rather than replaces human judgment and interaction. Regular reflection enhances learning effectiveness. Weekly reflection questions might include, what new language patterns did I notice this week? How did I handle challenging communication situations? What cultural insights did I gain? Where did I feel most confident using English? What areas require additional attention? Create accountability systems that sustain motivation over time. This might involve learning partnerships, regular check-ins with mentors, or public commitments to language goals. External accountability helps maintain momentum during difficult periods. Plan for plateau periods, which are normal in advanced language learning. When progress feels slow, focus on consolidation rather than acquisition. Practice using existing knowledge more flexibly rather than constantly seeking new input. These periods often precede significant breakthroughs. Your assessment and goal setting challenge. This week, conduct a comprehensive self-assessment using the frameworks we've discussed. Set 3 specific, measurable goals for the next month. Identify the resources and strategies you'll use to achieve these goals. Schedule regular check-ins to monitor progress and adjust approaches as needed. Remember, becoming an advanced English speaker is a marathon, not a sprint. Consistent strategic effort over time produces dramatic results. Trust the process, celebrate your progress, and maintain your commitment to continuous improvement. As we conclude today's exploration of unlocking your English potential, let's reflect on the journey we've taken together and the path forward for your continued development from B1 toward C1 proficiency and beyond. We've explored the sophisticated vocabulary strategies that elevate your expression from functional to impressive. We've examined complex grammatical structures that demonstrate advanced thinking and cultural awareness. We've developed critical thinking skills that transform you from a language user into a sophisticated communicator who can analyze, evaluate, and synthesize complex ideas through English. We've mastered register awareness that enables appropriate communication across professional, academic, and social contexts. We've navigated the subtle world of implicit meaning and nuanced communication that characterizes truly advanced speakers. We've expanded our cultural and global awareness to appreciate English as a worldwide medium for international exchange and understanding. Most importantly, we've developed the self-assessment and goal-setting skills that will sustain your growth long after this episode ends. Advanced language learning is ultimately a self-directed journey that requires metacognitive awareness, strategic planning, and sustained motivation. Your English potential is not limited by your current level or your linguistic background. Every advanced speaker was once exactly where you are today. The difference lies not in natural ability, but in commitment, strategy, and persistence. You have the tools, the awareness, and the potential to achieve remarkable proficiency. Here's your commitment for the coming week. Choose 3 strategies from today's episode and implement them systematically in your daily English use. Whether it's incorporating sophisticated vocabulary, practicing complex grammar structures, or developing critical thinking skills, consistent application will produce noticeable results. Remember, unlocking your English potential is not about achieving perfection, it's about achieving sophistication, confidence, and effectiveness in communication. Every conversation is an opportunity to experiment with advanced language. Every text you read provides models for sophisticated expression. Every challenge you encounter strengthens your linguistic resilience. Your journey from B1 to C1 and beyond represents more than language learning. It's personal transformation. You're developing the communication skills that open doors to international opportunities, cross-cultural relations, and intellectual engagement on a global scale. Thank you for joining me on English Excellence. Continue to challenge yourself, celebrate your progress, and remember that your English potential is limitless. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep unlocking the sophisticated communicator within you.